Good morning, 6RH. So our maths for today. I want you to be able to identify and discuss, think about prime numbers. So you need to know your times tables, you need to know what multiples are, and you need to be able to identify factors. I need you to know that a prime number only has two factors, and that's what makes it a prime number. I want you to be able to reason with numbers to work out whether they are prime numbers or not, and to be able to use 100 square to identify all the prime numbers from 0 to 100. So, on the screen are some numbers. We have 4, 7, 17, 3, 6, 9, 8, 13 and 15. The starter asks us to group these numbers. So if you want to pause the video and have a go at grouping them, there's no correct way to group them as long as you have a reason behind yours. So you could pause the video and group them into odd numbers and even numbers. So you could have had 9, 7, 17, 13, 15 as odd numbers, and you would have had 4, 6, 8 as even numbers. You could have had numbers with a single digit, 4, 6, 7, 9, 8 and 3, or numbers with two digits, 17, 13, 15. Let's see what they were looking for in our answer. So, obviously today we were thinking about prime numbers. Did anybody manage to do this already? 3, 7, 13 and 17 are all prime numbers. 4, 6, 8, 9 and 15 are all composite numbers. The reason that 3, 7, 13 and 17 are prime numbers is that they only divide by 1 and themselves. The other numbers are composite numbers because they have more than two factors. 4 can be divided by 1, 4 and 2. 6 could be divided by 1, 6, 2 and 3. So, what is a prime number? If the opposite is a composite number, how would you define a composite number? How many factors does a prime number have? So a prime number is a whole number that is greater than 1. 1 is not a prime number because it only has one factor, 1. And it must be able to divide exactly by any whole number. It must not, be able to divide exactly by any whole number other than 1 and itself. So 17 is a good example. A composite number is an integer, so a positive whole number, that can be evenly divided by some other whole numbers, more than just itself and 1. So we looked at 4 before, because that can also be divided by 2. So a prime number only has two factors. And those are the numbers that you can use to divide that number. So let's say 5. 5 can only be divided by 1 and itself to give a whole number answer. So these are some of the questions that you've got to look at. Have a go at thinking about them. Have a look at different prime numbers. See if you can work out which numbers are prime. Remember, we've just talked about why 1 is not a prime number, so if you want to go back and listen to the video again, do that. And then use your 100 square to name all the prime numbers up to 30. Remember, you are checking whether they go into any other times tables other than itself and 1. So if I went for 7, 7 is not in my 2s, it's not in my 3s, it's not in my 4s, not in my 5s or my 6 times tables. So 7 must be a prime number because you can only divide it by 7 and 1. For the next question, it asks you to look at prime factors. So number 20 is not a prime number. It can be divided by 2, 10, 1, 20, 4 and 5. However, it has prime factors. So looking at this picture, the prime factors are 2 and 5. They are the prime numbers that are factors of 20. To finish off, you have some problems to work out. So as you go through those questions, think really carefully about what you've learned so far. Reason with them and take each step at a time. Good luck. Any questions, use Class Dojos or Seesaw.